I still haven't gotten back into a habit of writing in an actual notebook on actual paper. Every time I say I'm going to, I'll maybe do like maybe one entry, one poem here and there, and then I never get back to it. It's so much more convenient to just be able to pull out my phone, an iPad, whatever type of mobile device you have, and just whatever thoughts you have that you want to write down for a poem, a song, a journal entry, whatever, you just pull that device out and type it out. It's a lot harder to just carry around paper, a piece of paper, or carry around a notebook with you and pull out your notebook to write something down. And it takes a lot more time to do that, pulling out or looking for wherever a notebook where you got to carry a big bag to put the notebook in or whatever. Then you got to pull it out. Then you might have to rummage through your purse or whatever your items are, wherever you put your stationary items, wherever you put whatever items at. You're gonna have to rummage through all of that to look for a pen, and then find a spot where you can lay the notebook out and start writing it out. And sometimes your thoughts, pretty much most of the time your thoughts move faster than your writing. So it's just more convenient to use a mobile device, and it's quicker to use a mobile device. But at the same time, I feel like you can distinguish between the two. Sometimes, like, you can tell the difference between something that you've written down, like actually written down, and then something that you've typed out. I don't know, it's something about the quality is different, something about the whole vibe of it is different, something about the way your thought process is, the words and everything. I've just noticed this difference. I haven't been able to like really pinpoint what the exact true difference is, but I can notice the difference. So today, like, this video is totally spontaneous because I've been thinking about a video I could upload, and today I just felt like I have been wanting to write more. I have been wanting to get outside more because lately has just been, I don't know, I want to say the past few weeks have been a little up and down, a little rocky for me. I have been hit with a lot of things recently, and I shut down for about a good 2 or 3 weeks or so. I shut down. I was in a depressive state. Like, I was at a low point. And I guess I could say I was in a low point again, because we've all had low moments. I've definitely had quite a few low moments. And when I have my moments, like, it's like when something big or drastic happens in my life, even when it's something small, that can really take a toll on me, especially if it's so many things that I've been letting build up and build up and build up, and I have not released yet. Because one thing about me is I hold a lot in. So if I'm upset about something, if I'm mad about something, and it don't even have to be a negative type of emotion, I hold in positive emotions too. Like, if I'm really enjoying somebody's time, I really like somebody, if I feel like I love somebody, whatever, I'm thinking so hard on, should I tell them or not? Should I express this or not? Should I say that or not? Or what if I do and this happens? What if I say this and they don't feel the same? But that's just, we're not talking about the good sides right now. We're talking about the negative things. Like, I don't express it. So whereas a lot of people around me, especially when they're upset about something, they release it usually right then and there. Whereas me, when something's bothering me right then and there, I just hold it in, because I'm like, it's like, is this even the right time? Do I even want to spend or waste my energy to be in that low vibration right now? Let me just, it is what it is. I ain't gonna let it get me down like it, to the point where I'm out here arguing with somebody or feeling so sad or whatever. Or if I do gotta argue with somebody and then they arguing back, and then it turns into a bigger argument to the point where it turns into a fight. And to me, that's using unnecessary energy. Like, of course, sometimes you do have to defend yourself, and that can be whether it's verbally or physically, but a lot of times it's unnecessary. It's using too much energy, and then you got to go home and you still upset about it, you still mad about it, your whole day is ruined. Even the next day you still thinking about, oh, yesterday this is what happened, da, 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 da. If you got into a fight with somebody, man, yesterday I fought that whoop whoop whoop, and it's just too much. So when I'm dealing with something, I just hold. So me, when I hold things in, you can think of it as like I don't know, maybe a balloon or a bottle or something. Say you're filling a bottle up with soda, or you're shaking a bottle that has a bunch of soda in it, or say you're like blowing up a balloon. Okay, so we'll start with the balloon example. Say you're blowing up a balloon. The balloon is getting bigger and bigger and bigger as you're blowing that air into it, and at some point you need to stop because it's going to be too much and you need to tie the balloon up. But me, I let all of that air keep on filling up into the balloon. I don't tie it up or whatever, and then it pops and explodes. Like, that's in my face, something blowing up in my face, or just the sound of it being so loud, or it blowing up, you know, affects whatever's around me, whoever's around me. So it's like, you can't let stuff build in like that to where you pop and explode, and that causes more harm than good, and it causes more damage than good. And with the soda in the bottle, like, all these emotions up inside of me, and then all these situations, people, places, and things that are adding to it, and me adding to it myself by not releasing it. It's like that bottle gets shooken up, or that bottle falls over or something, and it gets picked back up. The top gets unscrewed, and then all the soap is just squirting out. Like, I don't know, like, that's just how it is with me and my emotions and stuff. So I realized I need to find healthy ways, or healthier ways, to release these emotions and just the things that I have bottled up in me all the time. I either need to start expressing myself by telling people how I feel, telling people my thoughts and opinions on things, setting my boundaries with people, definitely. Or when it's not that big of an issue, but I still need to release it, writing it down. Sometimes I do that. Writing it down, I'll turn it into a poem, whatever I'm feeling, whatever experience that I went through, and gain the wisdom and knowledge from it. Or even if I feel like I haven't gained that wisdom and knowledge from it, I can still put myself in that position where I can create something from it. A poetry, a poem, a song, an art piece, whatever it is, I can do that. But I also want to challenge myself with that as well, because most of my work, most of my writings do come from my own experiences, my own feelings about things. And I want to challenge myself to be able to write from outside of my experiences. Because when you just write from your experiences, sometimes that can limit you as well, because when you don't feel like you're really going through much, or you're at a point in life where everything's kind of steady, for the most part, then you get to that point where it's like, well, I don't have anything to write about. You might have writer's block or whatever. But when you can put yourself in someone else's shoes, or just find something else to write about, then you don't have that blockage. So, and you're not limiting yourself. So I want to challenge myself to do writing prompts. I can create my own, or search up others in a way, and fill up some journals that way as well. So I can say, I need to write something about the color orange today. I've never written much about colors, so let me write something about orange today. Or let me write about a time somebody did X, Y, and Z, or somebody that told me an experience they went through or whatever. Just taking myself outside of what I'm writing. And of course, I'm still going to be writing from my own experiences and things like that. But, those are just two things I want to challenge myself with: writing on paper, getting more, back consistent when doing that. And it's not to say I'm going to stop using mobile devices, because like I said, it's convenient to use those. But I am going to use paper more, pen and paper, pencil paper, whatever. That, and to write about different things that doesn't necessarily have to be something that I went through myself. The topic I chose to talk about today, or write about today, and really I don't want to say it's just one specific topic, because me coming out here, I told myself, this is the first time in a while that I'm getting into writing back on paper. So, the first time I said I'll just come out here and let whatever comes out just come, like, have a conscious flow and just write whatever. So I can just be sitting here, and the word apple just came to mind. Right, apple. Since I said apple, now I'm thinking about apple pies. So apple pie. Just to get the feel and the vibe of actually writing it out, because I haven't done this in a while. So just writing whatever comes to mind. Star, sunshine, bright, So really right now there's no phrases that's coming to me. It's really just a bunch of words and I'm just writing them down. And like the word star, sunshine, and bright, that came about because I'm outside right now. The sun is literally like beaming on me. Hold on. The sun is like, as I'm filming this, I can't even see what I'm looking at because it's so bright, but I know you can see the sun on there. But the sun is really bright. That sunshine is really bright. Ain't no stars you can see right now, but yeah. This is the little setup I got going because, you know, when I first came, this is the spot that I usually like when I come out here, but the table was not here. It was over there in between those two chairs, so I had to drag that table over here, and I needed a way to prop my phone up, so I had to take one of the little cushions so I can prop my phone up and record me, you know, writing or whatever. And oh yeah, this is a little pen I got from Dollar Tree sometime last year, and it's one of those pens that changes. So it says girls rock, this girl can, girl boss, you go girl, girl power, slay the day. We're gonna slay the day today with this writing. So besides just writing these words down, you know, I might even doodle a little bit. I just drew a heart and a star. But one of the phrases that I already had in my mind before I came out here, while I was getting ready to come out, I was looking out my window, and I do like my view from my window, so, you know, I look often. I was looking out my window. I seen some guys out in the parking lot. They were taking pictures. I was like, oh, okay, look at y'all. Yeah. I didn't know what they was doing at first. It looked like they were doing some type of exchange, you know. but I saw the guy. It looked like he put out some money or something. And then the other guy, he backed up. He had the camera out. So the guy, he being all flashy with his money. And they taking pictures or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, y'all doing y'all content. I didn't say this out loud to them to where they could hear it. I was just looking out my window saying it. I was like, oh, look at them. They working on some pictures, taking some pictures, doing some content. I'm about to work on some content too, because I'm about to go out on the rooftop and write something I haven't done in a long time. And as I was looking out the window, I thought of the saying or the phrase, the eyes are the window to the soul. So I was just thinking, like, I don't know, I was making the correlation between the two. Like, the eyes are the windows to your soul. So when your eyes are closed, people can't see, you know, what your true thoughts and feelings may be about a situation that they're discussing, or, you know, whatever the situation is. You can't really see, like, if they're, I don't know, you can look into somebody's eyes and see if they're afraid or if they're really happy. Like, you can see somebody's eyes smiling. That's literally a thing where it looks like somebody's eyes are smiling. People around you can't see that your eyes are open and what your true feelings or whatever are. But then you also can't see what other people's true feelings and emotions or whatever, their reactions to how you're reacting. You can't see how they're reacting. They can't see how you're reacting. You can't see how they're feeling. They can't see how you're feeling. And you just can't see what's going on around you in general. With the window, I was thinking about how you can be looking out a window, right? And it could be snowing. You don't know exactly how cold it is out there, though, until you open that window and let that air come in, or you stick your arm out, because that's something I do as well too. Like, I'll look at the temperature on my phone, but I like to still get a feel for it as well. So sometimes I'll open my window and stick my arm out to kind of see how cold or how warm it is. And even with that, since I'm higher up, I can't get the exact true feeling of it. So it's like, if I have my window closed, I can put my hand on the window. Sometimes when you put your hand on the window, you can feel that the window is hot, and sometimes you can feel that it's cool. And like the example that I gave with it snowing, you can see that it's snowing, but you don't know exactly how cold it is or not until you actually go outside or until you open the window. Well, even if it's not snowing, if it's just a regular day, it's not raining, it's not snowing or anything, it's the same thing. Like, you can look out the window and you can think, oh, it might be hot out there, and you go out and it's actually pretty windy. Like, it's not really hot, it feels pretty good. Like right now, the sun is beaming, so you might think it's hot as hell out here right now, and it's actually not. There's like a little breeze with the wind, so the little breeze kind of feels good, and the temperature is just like, I think it's about 80 or 70 something. I think it's about 80 something degrees, and to some people that might be pretty hot, but it's not really hot out here right now. The sun is kind of trying to go down a little bit, so the temperature is going to drop a little bit as well. But anyways, back to the window. So you can't really tell fully what's going on outside. Even with the window, you can see through it. It's transparent, but you have to open it to feel what's going on out there. You have to open it to let things in or to let things out. Like if you have a fly in your house or something that you're trying to get out, you don't want to kill it or whatever, sometimes you just open the window. Like when you're in a car or something, if a fly flies in, you roll the window down so it can fly out. Sometimes you roll the window down because it's hot inside, your air conditioner don't work or whatever, and you're just trying to get a breeze from outside. A bee flies in or something, or a fly flies in. So I don't know, it's kind of how my thought process was today when I was thinking about the eyes or the windows to the soul. So that was going to be the thing I let myself write about today. I don't know if it was going to be a poem or anything, because I was thinking about it and I was like, I'm pretty sure there's so many poems already written about that, so it's kind of like a basic concept to write about. But at the same time, you never know. Everybody has different views on things. So even if there's a lot of poems, I can write something different than what everybody else has written, or what they've written is going to be different than what I might be about to write. So it's just different perspectives, different opinions. And now I was gonna say my pen's not working now. So well, this is over, because I'm not about to go all the way to my apartment, get another pen, and come back up there. No. Oh man. Yeah, it's kind of going out. Shit. You can see on there where I was scribbling trying to get it to work, and it comes in at some points and then it goes out again. We can't have that right now. I gotta set my camera back up. So now I'm in a position to where I just need to hurry up and write something before this pen goes out, because I ain't about to make another trip. So I'm gonna just write eyes. I don't know why I'm writing this so big like this. I'm not even writing on the line now. Eyes are windows to your soul. For some reason, snow just popped in my head, and I did use that as an example. Snow and soul, it rhymes. So maybe this will turn out to be a poem. I don't know. Right now I'm just gonna journal about it, and then if I come up with a poem, I'll end up sharing that poem later, either in another video on Instagram or at the end of this video if I complete it before I finish editing this video and trying to put it out. So as I'm writing, I'm probably gonna pause it because I don't want it to be recording the whole time while I'm just in here writing. I'll probably just come back in every now and then. So far I've just been writing and kind of letting whatever came out to me, and it's definitely sounding like a poem or a song so far. I'll just read what I have so far anyways. Eyes are the windows to your soul. You can see the snow, but you don't know how cold it is. You can see the sunshine, but how much light should you let in? That last line came about because how I was talking about the sun was just shining bright on my face right now. I tried to turn the camera to the sun, and I couldn't see on my camera what I was actually filming because the sun was so bright. So now I need to come up with another line that goes with that line. How much light should you let in? For that, I kind of want to go about it in a way of in the way that I was talking about, how you can, when you open the window, you can let things in, but also when you open the window, you can let things in, but also you can be letting things out. Like if a fly flies into your window, you can, like if you have a fly in your apartment and you're trying to let it out without killing it, you just open your window and you're hoping for it to fly out, or you're kind of trying to switch it out the window yourself. So we already have the part where something's coming in, and with that I used the sunlight or whatever, what was coming in instead of a fly. So the part that's coming out, I don't know what I can say. You can see the sunshine, but how much light should you let in? How much of your business should you air out? I don't know. Like I said, this is just like a draft, a journal entry right now. So if I turn it into a poem, I'll use what I've written to turn it into that poem. So I'm gonna write that down. How much of your dirty business, how much of your dirty laundry should you air out? I don't know. Uh-oh, here we go with how much. I'm gonna put a slash for laundry or business. How much dirty laundry should you air out, or will you air out? I'll put another slash for that. Should, will you air out? Okay, so that page is filled up now, so I'm gonna have to turn the page. And I'm actually gonna sit here and think a little bit more, because the freestyle writing, I'm kind of at a little standstill for a moment. So I'm gonna just take a moment to take everything in out here and see what else comes to me and let that flow out. So some people, they're coming in and out to the rooftop. It's not bothering me. It's, you know, some people, they walked over. Everybody loves this side of the rooftop. This is like the favorite side. It's because it's so ducked off and off to the corner. And, you know, if you want to be private, this is the spot to be. So they came over here and I just continued to write and film. You know, they just walked by, looked, walked away. So anyways, during that little sit and take in session, I did come up with another, I guess, little paragraph, and I am pretty pleased with what I have so far. I do think I'm going to go in and add more to it. That way I have a lot to dissect and a lot to go through to come up with an actual piece from it. But I am enjoying the vibe out here right now, so I'm going to go back to another sit and soak in session, just soaking in the sun and the air. Just, it's really pleasant out here on the rooftop. I love being up here. So I'm going to take more time to do that off camera and come back. So far, I think I've written all that I'm going to write about that topic. The eyes are the windows to the soul. So this is how much I've written for it so far. The top part was just me getting back in the groove of writing. So I was just writing those words and, you know, my little scribble part. So it started here, half a page, a full page. Oh, that's the wrong page. Half a page, a full page, and then almost another full page. I'm not going to read the whole thing right now just because I do want to fix it up and actually turn it into a piece. But I am going to read some of the lines that kind of stood out to me. Besides some of it that I've already read. So while I was off camera, some lines that I wrote down were: how many feelings do you shut out or shut in? How much can be taken in if you have to squint? So like when I'm looking at the sun, it's not as bright as it is now, but at first it was, and I'm kind of like squinting to kind of see. So that's what I wrote there. And that's something else I could write, because I just looked at the sun again, and when I looked away, like you can still see that. Now it's fading away, but I can still see that glare of the sun. So maybe I should figure out a way to kind of incorporate that into this somehow, some way. But anyways, so that was one of the lines. I kind of went in with another basic term like rose-colored glasses. I didn't put rose-colored glasses in here, but I wrote even with glasses on, or it must be sunglasses with a shade of pink. And then I started talking about if you have something stuck in your eye when you're trying to, like, you can't really, like if you got an eyelash or something stuck in your eye. And one of the lines I wrote, blink and wrap. Like when I'm reading this right now, I wrote it as a sentence, but I'm not being as detailed with it right now because, like I said, I want to save it for an actual piece. So I wrote along the lines of, until the eyelash drains out. So when you got something stuck in your eye, you can be rubbing your eye and then you start kind of tearing up a little bit. So the tears would be, quote unquote, draining the eyelash out, or whatever is in your eye, draining it out when you cry. And then I'm gonna read one more line that I like. When the window is foggy or full of smudges, like it's hard to see yourself in a dirty grease product smeared mirror. So I don't know, I'm really excited with that. I feel really good that I was able to come out here and get something actually written down, something that I actually feel like I can work with. I'm just really happy about that. If I was just still sitting inside my apartment all day today, I really wouldn't have gotten much accomplished. I would have just been on YouTube, down that whole rabbit hole, watching everybody else's videos. I might have gotten on Instagram and read other people's poems, but I really wouldn't have done much for myself. And that's pretty much how I've been the past few days. I've been looking at everybody else's content, seeing what everybody else has been doing, wanting to get myself back in that creative mode, and I haven't been able to. So just stepping outside sometimes can really do it. And I've been telling myself that too. I was like, I need to go outside, like, and when I mean outside, not just to go to the store or to, you know, a job or something like that. I need to actually go outside and just relax. So I did that, and now I'm gonna relax a little bit more before I decide to go back in. It is really nice out here, and the sky is looking really beautiful right now. I took a few pictures of the sky as well, so I plan on using those for something. I don't know, this was kind of the angle that I got, and it just, I don't know, it looked really breathtaking. So I just can't wait to see what I come up with. Excuse all the shakiness because I am holding my camera right now, just zooming in and zooming back out. I love those colors. It's the colors for me. Look at that. See it? That's beautiful.